As the war in Gaza ends, Tehran is regrouping. 2 years of conflict with Israel left Iran bruised, but far from defeated. Iran is testing long-range missiles, rebuilding Hamas and Islamic Jihad, and debating nuclear weapons development. Hardliners denounce US, mock Donald Trump, and vow resistance. Sanctions bite, the economy falters, but Iranian forces remain on alert, signaling a renewed ring of fire around Israel. Tehran is sending a clear warning. The struggle for the Middle East is far from finished. Iran has sharpened its attack on the United States and President Donald Trump. Senior Iranian clerics denounced the US president on October 24th in Friday prayer sermons, accusing the United States of deceit as Tehran's tone toward Washington hardened. Ahmad Khatami, the Friday prayer leader in Tehran, said Iran would never yield to what he called US coercion, according to state media.
Trump says he wants to deal with Iran, but a deal made with force is surrender.
He said Iran would break the horn of this wild bull through faith and endurance, using the phrase to describe what he called Washington's policy of pressure. This statement came after Khamenei, speaking in Tehran on October 20th, dismissed Trump's assertion that US airstrikes destroyed Iran's nuclear program.
The US president proudly says they bombed and destroyed Iran's nuclear industry. Very well, keep dreaming.
Khamenei added that Washington had no authority over Iran's nuclear work and accused the United States of backing Israel's war in Gaza. The cleric's remarks were followed by comments by National Security Chief Ali Larijani, who on October 23rd likened Trump to Adolf Hitler and mocked his behavior at a US-led Gaza ceasefire summit in Egypt. Larijani said Trump spoke only by himself, showed disrespect to other leaders, and turned the event into a Trump show. It has become evident that hardliners in Tehran have grown more vocal in their opposition to renewed diplomacy with Washington following Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei's defiant speech. Key hardline outlets, including state television, IREIB, Kayhan closely aligned with Khamenei's office, Javan linked to the Revolutionary Guards, and the ultra-conservative Vatan Emruz have echoed the message that rapprochement with Washington is no longer on the table. Meanwhile, during an interview with Time published on October 23rd, US President Donald Trump said US attacks in June on 3 nuclear sites had left Tehran weakened to the point that it is no longer respected, adding that his actions knocked out a big bully in the region. Trump said US airstrikes in June bombed the hell out of Iran's nuclear facilities and knocked out their nuclear potential, leaving Tehran fighting for survival. The return last month of UN sanctions triggered by European powers has further strained Iran's economy after a punishing 12-day war with Israel and the United States. Trump added that sanctions had left Iran very weak, citing the killing of senior Iranian military commanders, including Qasem Soleimani in a US drone strike in 2019, as key to curbing Tehran's power. As the Gaza ceasefire is underway, Iran is reflecting on 2 challenging years, which dragged it into direct confrontation with Israel and sabotaged its axis of resistance. The June Israel-Iran war, known in Israel as Operation Rising Lion, dealt a significant blow to Iran's proxy network, prompting Tehran to signal intentions to rebuild its deterrence and re-establish a ring of fire around Israel. Writing for Jewish News Service, expert on Shiite political Islam in Iran, Dr. Yossi Mansharov said that Tehran is aiming to extend the range of its ballistic missiles to intercontinental distances.
Mohsen Zanganeh, an Iranian politician, told state television that unidentified lights seen in the country's skies were part of a successful missile test, likely of the Khorramshahr 5 ballistic missile, with a reported range of 12,000 kilometers.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claimed the test could allow Iran to target the United States, including New York. However, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi denied this, while parliamentarian Ahmad Bakhshayesh Ardestani confirmed that Iran is pursuing extended-range missile development after Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei removed previous restrictions. Iranian officials described the program as a means of strengthening the country's missile capabilities, which Tehran regards as its most critical military asset. Mansharov further wrote that pressure was also building within Iran for the production of nuclear weapons. Ali Shamkhani, senior advisor to Khamenei and a long-time figure in Iran's nuclear program, recently called for the development of nuclear arms, suggesting the process should have begun in the 1990s.
Earlier, 70 members of parliament sent a letter to the Supreme National Security Council requesting authorization to develop nuclear weapons for deterrence purposes. Nuclear scientist Mahmoud Reza Agamiri confirmed Iran has the capability to build an atomic bomb, but stated there is no current intention to do so.
According to Mansharov, Iran is also signaling a drive to rebuild its regional proxy network. Following the death of Saeed Azadi during Operation Rising Lion, Abdollah Saberi has been appointed head of the Palestine branch of the Quds Force, overseeing Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria. Saberi is expected to coordinate with Unit 840, responsible for special operations, as well as other Quds Force units that provide technical support and arms smuggling capabilities. Iranian officials, including Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, have emphasized the strategic importance of confronting Israel on multiple fronts and maintaining support for Hezbollah. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy commander, Ali Reza Tangsiri, highlighted Iran's ability to export missiles, drones, and naval assets. Despite messages conveyed via Russia from Israel that it does not plan to resume hostilities, Iran has kept its forces on alert. Domestic measures aim to stabilize the currency and calm potential unrest, while officials stress that renewed Israeli attacks are unlikely. Supreme Leader Khamenei has rejected renewed talks with the United States, arguing that such negotiations would amount to capitulation and could bring further demands on Iran's missile program. Mansharov suggested Israel should remain vigilant regarding Iran's potential re-engagement in Syria and continue monitoring its missile program and proxy networks. He further said the conclusion of the Gaza war would allow Israel to strengthen partnership with US and allies. The conclusion of the Gaza war, internal support for nuclear development, and Iran's increasing international isolation offer Israel an opportunity to strengthen strategic partnerships with the United States and European allies, while maintaining pressure on Tehran.